Welcome to Beyond Life Motivation TV with the champ. Like I always tell people, my whole goal for starting this channel is to motivate somebody every day. You know what I'm saying? I come from the streets to where, people don't wake up with fuel every day. Some people wake up, they get tired of life, they be ready to snap and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was once like that, so God changed my heart with that. Now I live with joy, peace, happiness. And I want to have something y'all can look at so where y'all can be happy and have peace and joy and say if God did it for him, he can do it for me too. So thank y'all for tuning in to Beyond Life. I want to thank all my subscribers and everybody who's been listening to me and everybody who got faith in me. This is a new thing for me, but I already know what my calling is, so I'm on that. And with that said, I got 2 books right here. A lot of people ask me what made me want to change my life and do something different. This first book right here is what helped me with my finances and the way that I move with my finances. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm going to get into both of these books. But the second book right here is called Joyce Meyer, Battlefield of the Mind. And this one is real powerful. And this is the one I want to start with. And it's Joyce Meyer. It's over 4 million copies sold, Battlefield of the Mind, and they got like chess pieces on the front of it. But the church people came to the prison and gave us some bags with like commissary and the books in them. But I didn't really know what the book meant. But my Uncle Tete had already been talking to me about reading books, so I pulled it out and I started reading it back. And the first thing I noticed is Battlefield of the Mind, winning a battle in your mind. And what that did for me was it reminded me that I already been going through a war in my mind since I was a kid. And as I start reading a book, I start learning that we all are going through a war with Battlefield of the Mind. It's like, how when you arguing with somebody, you tell them, you say, hey, you about to piss me off, man. You gonna make me snap. Do you know when you say them type of words, your mind receives that and it acts on it? Your mind registering that. So say for instance, you get into it with somebody, you say, instead of saying I'm about to snap, I'm about to get on your line, you say, you tell yourself in your head, this dude is goofy. I'm about to get away from him. He trying to get me sent to prison. That's a words that you can replace with those thoughts. Or somebody say, that's too hard for me. Nah, you tell yourself that's easy for me. It's the same thing with people saying, I can't afford something. Nah, how can I afford something? This person made me snap. No, they did not make you snap. You made yourself snap. This is some of the stuff that I learned from here. And even with even with forgiving people. Man, I've been going through stuff my whole life. My father ain't been there. If my father was there, it would have been different. Now my life is gonna be different. That's the stuff. You got words floating and going through your head. It's like shoots. Boom, boom, boom. It's up to you to replace. When that negative thought come in your mind, you shoot it down with something positive. Boom, boom. Oh man, I just lost my partner, man. I'm stressing. Boom. Nah, man, I just lost my partner, man. I need to get my stuff together. God trying to save me. He took him. He trying to save me. I got to be here to bless his kids. I got to be here to represent for him. You see what I'm saying? So it's a powerful thing to have stuff like this. But like they say, where do you hide from people that's with ignorance? Where do you hide all the information to people that's ignorant in these books? Because people don't want to take the time to read. And that's why I move the way I move, and I know the things that I know that come from reading in prison. I took the time out when dudes was out there playing spades and playing basketball and drinking coffee and hanging out. I used to be in there reading and watching T.D. Jakes every day, Joyce Meyer, Joel Austin, because I already knew God had a calling on my life. I just wasn't strong enough to answer to it. But once I start opening up these books and putting that medicine in my head, I already knew it was gonna be a wrap when I touch. Yeah. So this book right here by Joyce Meyer, Battlefield of the Mind, this is a good book for you to start off with, that people that want to change their life. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going through a war every day. Them young guys that's out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Even the dudes that's been in the streets, you going through a war every day. People don't know what you're going through when you lay down at night with your mind telling you about yourself. Nah, you need to look at yourself and say, I am victorious. I am a conqueror. I'm made like that. You see what I'm saying? People used to tell me all the time, ah, dude, crazy. He'll snap. He'll get on you. He'll do this and do that. You know what I used to do? I used to believe that. That was my fuel. That was my energy. That's why I was doing a lot of stuff. Now I'm powerful. You can't tell me nothing about me until I receive it. If you tell me, oh man, that dude, he this, he a failure, he this. He used to be in the streets, he ain't nothing. He's a felon. Man, you crazy. Man, I'm a successful man. I could do anything any other man do that ain't a felon. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here to tell y'all. That's the whole point of Beyond Life. And for those who wonder about me, that been knowing me, that know me when I was in the streets, how do I do it? This is one of the reasons. Because I know it's a war in here. And I have to shoot. If you a shooter, shoot mentally. Like God told me one day I was weak in the cell. He said, you a thoroughbred. You want to fight, but you don't fight life. You will beat everybody up physically, but when it comes to life, you lay down. Somebody die, you lay down. When you broke, you lay down. You're not the same. You go through a breakup, you lay down. You're not the same, but you're supposed to be thorough. If you thorough, you thorough. You see what I'm saying? So just, just take the time out, man. I want all the dudes that's in the streets that really want to change, that can't tell nobody they want to change. Because I always wanted to change since I was a puppy. I was through in the streets. I didn't want to be in the streets. My family was some of the biggest drug dealers in Kansas City. So when I came out, my mom was one. I came in a house full of millionaires and stuff like that. So I didn't have a chance to say, nah, I'm doing this. I was around kilos and money and safes, 4, 5 safes in my house. So I didn't have a chance, but I always knew the streets really wasn't for me. I just had the strength or the courage to get out. Because I was going to worry about what other people think and, what they were saying to me. I was feeding out their energy. But now I feed out my energy because I know that it's a battlefield in the mind. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, don't be scared. You can take the time out to read. You can go out and hang out for 2 or 3 days and read that book, man. Read that book. Joyce Meyer, Battlefield of the Mind. Lil Jay Teller, Yeah. But then, secondly, this book right here is a book that took me to another level financially. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I'm the richest person in the world or nothing like that, but I do know how to control myself when it comes to finances. It's the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. You know what I'm saying? And it says, what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. That's powerful. My Uncle Tete told me, I asked him for some money one time. I got home. He said, I need some money, but I need you to read this book first. And I was like, yeah, cool, I'm with that. And I started reading it, and it started making sense. The first part of the book is basically about employees, self-employees, business investors, employees, self-employees, business owners, and business investors. So it's like four types of people in this world. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to be an employee, a business owner, a self-employed, or an investor. And I really didn't care about finances because I never thought I'd make it this far. But this book taught me to stop saying I can't afford something. This book taught me how to say, whatever I want, I'm going to have. I'm going to get. And you don't have to do nothing bad. You don't have to do nothing scandalous. You don't have to do nothing mean. You just have to tell yourself, I am wealth. That's what I tell myself all the time. I am wealth. When I say I'm going to do something financially, I'm going to do it. I challenge myself. I get a pen and paper and write it down and tell myself I'm going to do it. I don't believe in it's too hard. That's what this dude taught his kids, man, as babies. This dude probably worth billions. I done read books by him and Donald Trump and everything, and he teaches you not to be a slave of money. And I never was a slave of money because a lot of dudes did stuff to their friends and families that I didn't never do to my friends and families because I didn't really cherish money, but I was around so much of it, I didn't care about it. And now, reading this book, I understand why. You see what I'm saying? And now that I get to be my real self, I know how to exercise the rules and what he's saying in it. You create finances for yourself. You can create finances. You don't have to wait on nobody to give you no check and wait. And I'm not saying you don't have to have no job. I got a job, but I don't wait on nobody to give me nothing. Anybody that's around me tell you, if I say I'm gonna do something financially, I'm gonna do it. If I want a Hellcat, I'm going to get that. If I want to spend $30,000, $40,000 on jewelry, I'm going to get that. If I want to invest $5,000 over here, I'm going to get that. The world is set up today to where you could create your own avenue. When I first got out of jail, y'all ain't going to believe me. Man, I was selling glasses on Facebook, man. $10 glasses. Do you know all these is glasses I was buying off AliExpress, man? I remember making $1,300, $1,400 in one day, man. Just selling glasses because of the stuff that I learned from reading this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I thank that dude. I don't know if that dude watching or see my YouTube channel, but I thank him. Because he gave me something. And a lot of people say, man, that dude got out of jail now. What? Man, that's a different dude. You better believe it. You better believe it. And I want to encourage y'all to be different. Because like I always say, people don't want to see you win. Nobody's going to give you game, but the game is here. So if you wondering why your life ain't going right and you don't know what's going on, that's because you're not educating yourself. You don't have to go to college, but you have to get information because people are not going to give it to you. And I thank my Uncle Tete, my Auntie Lily, my mama, my sister Tamika, my sister PJ, and everybody else who's been in my life that's been rocking with me, that poured into me when I was at my lowest, when I was on the ground in prison and didn't have a clue of none of this. About credit, none of that. I didn't have a clue. I thought, life was hard. So I started, these is the two books right here that changed my life. These are the two books right here that changed my life, man. And I ain't doing no fake. Anybody that was in jail with me, man, I was so excited about reading these books. I was buying dudes books, sending them to them and not even telling them as surprises. Dudes come, I said, Bird, man, thanks, I got that book, man. I say, I already read it. So when we get together, we chopping. Iron sharpen iron, like the Bible say, man. So I just wanted to bring this to Beyond Life Motivation, you know what I'm saying, so y'all can get something to listen to, something that's real good, something that's real positive. I'm a living testimony. I was in the streets when I was 9, all the way from 9 years old to 26, you know what I'm saying? And 26, where I was grown enough to know I didn't want to be in the streets no more because I seen what was going on and I knew it was nasty, but God took me off the streets and put me in a place where he saved my life and I had no choice but to grow from it because I started hating the prison. You see what I'm saying? And then by that time, my uncles was out of jail, my aunties was out of jail, and everything started being different for me. And I'm thankful for that, and I thank God for that. So I just want to be a walking vessel for the people that watch me and look at me. I'm not nothing you hear about me. I'm a successful human. I'm a loving person. I'm a good father. I'm going to be a good husband. I'm a good brother. I'm a very mature person. I'm all that. But guess what? I ain't all the way there yet. But I know God's getting me there. You see how I put the words? I'm not there yet, but God gonna get me there. And I'm gonna pressure myself to get there. Because success is the only way for me. And that's what I want y'all to tell y'all success. I am worthy of success. I am wealthy. I am the most beautiful person out here. Nobody's different from me. God letting everybody else have the world. You can have it too. You just gotta be great and remember, life is a fight. For all them tough people, this is a question I got from you, and I want you to leave a comment in the bottom. If somebody walk up on you and still on you right now, what you gonna do? And that's for all the fighters that think they gangster. What you gonna do? You gonna crush them, right? That's what I told God in the cell when he asked me that. You gonna crush them, right? So what you gonna do when life walk up on you and crush you? And life, don't, still on you. Boom, boom, boom. What you gonna do? You gonna fight back? Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't judge nobody. I see a lot of y'all out here getting into it with life and y'all laying down because of your finances, because of your relationship, because of your kids, because things ain't how they used to be. That's not how God wants you to be. That's why it's beyond life motivation. That's why I got the gloves. Because if you fight back for everything you're going through, you live beyond life like me. I thought I'd be dead or in jail with 100-some years, and I was okay with that. Until God, I heard his voice, and he told me, man, you a champ. You don't got to lay on that floor. You don't got to be ashamed of what you did. You don't got to be ashamed of nothing. Fight back. You can change what you've been through. Let's roll. He said, I want you to be aggressive. He asked me one day, he said, you here laying on this floor, you don't want to eat, you stressed out because nobody answer the phone. What if somebody walk up on you and hit you right now? I said, I can't wait. God, send him in here. I'll show you what I'll do to him. Easy. Easy. He said, nah, I already done did that. I already allowed life to get you. You ain't do nothing. You moping. You angry at everybody else, but you won't even look at yourself in the mirror? Walk up and look at that mirror, then I know you thorough. And after that, I want you to fight life, and then I want you to talk to me. Yeah, you can beat everybody else up. Yeah, you can beat everybody else up, but you can't beat life up. Life getting the best of you. You skinny, you losing weight, you thinking negative, you angry. Nah, we want to change that. We want to be great. When life come to me, man, I done lost all my friends. Everybody know me. I done lost so many of my friends, man. And all I could do was say, God, I need to be better. God, help me. That's all I can do. That's all I can do, God. What you want me to do now? They coming at me. They coming at me. The enemy coming at me. He said, keep going, champ. I told you to call yourself the champ because we in there pound for pound. Now, I want to thank y'all for tuning in with Beyond Life Motivation. If you like this, subscribe, leave a comment. I want y'all to leave some comments on this, man. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I know it's a lot of people that already read it. And this right here, for y'all that's in the streets, this is the best FN you're going to get. The best AR-15. This is a switcheroo. This is a switchie. For real, this going to have you switch up. And ain't nobody going to want to be around you because they going to think you crazy. But you're going to be winning. With these two right here, you're going to be winning, man. Yeah. So tune in and stay tuned in with Beyond Life. You already know, man, we coming pound for pound, man. Zoom in, kind of round for round. We ain't doing no playing, man. We round for round, pound for pound, man. Under any circumstances, I'm standing on that, man. You better believe it.